Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So, do you guys know that paradigm shift will change your life? Right, let me show you why. Let's talk about it. So, where are you right now? I mean, currently, is the old paradigm that you have. That means that your thoughts, right, your belief, the value that you appreciate, or the principles that you have, they are all your paradigm. And what does your paradigm does to your daily life? Your judgment on things are based on your paradigm. Your decision making based on your paradigm. So, easy way to say that is the outlook of the things, opinions on things will make you decide what you do in daily basis. So shifting your paradigm to your desired life or the desired way that you want to live is very important to your own growth, to becoming the person that you want to be. Let's say that now you have this paradigm that doesn't serve you well. Right? We all have been there before. Is kind of like in a negative trance. So what we do in negative trance is limited self-belief. Right? We tell ourselves that we can't do this, we can't try something new, we can't improve ourselves or becoming that person that we always want to become. Right? We keep on telling ourselves this limited belief. So that is the paradigms that we have now. Like for example, so how does that serve us? Does it have a good outcome if we think like that? So basically, no, right? And what we need to do now is to change that paradigm, to have the different outcome, to change your opinion, change how you look at things, right, in order to change the outcome. For example, when we get rid of those limited belief that we have, what we're going to do is we are going to slowly build out the momentum of I am able, I am capable, like replacing the words of limited belief that we used to have, like I can't do it, to I can do it, how can I do it? Like ask different questions. Right? So asking different questions is very important because when we ask different questions, we get different answers, right? Different answers will lead to different behavior in our life. Like we used to decide things based on what we judge, right or wrong, or should or should not. But when we shift our paradigms, our perception to right or wrong, like every decision that we make will be different. And that is important to changes in life. If our life doesn't work the way we deciding things now, the best thing is to change the decision that we make daily. For example, I used to like to swear in my cars. I like to swear on the other drivers if they didn't follow the road rules. Right, they didn't follow the speed limit, right? They cut me off. I start swearing. And when you can relate that the negative talks, the bad talks that we spoke out, is kind of having an effect to our body. Like we have to have that awareness that, oh, okay, we want to change, we want to make things better. So how to make things better is to talk differently to ourselves. And that is the paradigm shift. Like when you used to swear, now you don't swear anymore. Like what you do is calm yourself down and then don't do shit talks, don't swear. Okay? Means that you are in control now. You can ask different questions, you can make different decisions because your paradigm has shifted. Like when you make decisions, you can imagine. You can use your imagination to your own good. Like if I want to be this person, how should I react to my environment, to people around me, even though that they trying to trigger me, right? The trigger itself is like a system in you. Think about the specific things that people can trigger you. Like for me is they don't follow the rules, they don't do the right things for my own value. I have my own value in myself because the programming, like the place I grow up or the things that my parents teach me. So I kind of like leave out that expectation to the outside world. And I want to go out from this topic for a while because we often compare our opinion, our thoughts, our feelings, or our own judgment to the outside world. And the person from the outside world as living the different life than us. Okay? They have different value in their life. They have different teaching throughout their childhood. So they have their own opinion. And the thing is, we want them to feel like us. We want them to have the common sense that we have. So in that way, we are kind of trying to manipulate people to agree with us. Right? There are some universal principles that everyone agrees on, but not all of your principles are their principle. Right? And let's go back now to the paradigm. So we have to shift our paradigm. Every person have their own struggle, have their own things going on, and that makes them who they are. And they make judgment based on their situation, the place that they grow up, like the life that they had before determine what person they are, but not determined by us. Okay, we can't judge, we can't really dictate what they do because they have their own value or system in them. And making this paradigm shift, making this realization that we can control our thoughts, we can control our decision, we are in control. So no one can really affect us if we don't let them, if we don't give our power away. Alright, so how can we do that? To have a paradigm shift is to be the third person of yourself. That means imagine your higher self looking at you at the corner of the room. Like, what are you doing now? Like, are you impressed? Are you happy with who you are now? Or you want the different way of living? Just like your higher self. How you react to a situation, is that from your higher self? Or your higher self will agree on what you are doing or deciding or not? Because when you look at yourself from the third person's eye, means your higher self, like you use your imagination now, everything that you having reaction with, like maybe trigger you in some way, into anger, into resentment, will change. You will change your approach to those things because you know that you're not acting on a desirable way. It's not going to get you from where you are to where you want to become. So that higher self is very important. That imagination of the third person is very important. So everything will be different when we look at things outside. Okay, we're trying to be that speculator of our life. And when you do that, you realize that, okay, I make a lot of wrong decisions. And also I feel a lot of wrong emotion that I can actually not react to that situation. Or I can handle that situation much more better. Right? There's no need for me to get angry. There's no need for me to be reactive and be triggered. So that's the first way to shift your paradigm, like become your higher self looking at yourself. Though that needs imagination, that needs to be trained. Like when next time, for example, I get triggered in my car as I'm driving, I want to calm myself down and look at myself. Like, what will I react if I am my higher self? What will I do? Will this thing affect me if I am my higher self? Definitely no, right? I'm better than this. I can handle this situation. I can handle my emotion. And that is when you realize your emotion are your habits. You train to react this way based on your own value system. Okay? And that's the second one. Right? Second things that we can do is we know that it is a habit now that we think the way we think. And habit can be changed. Your value, your perception can be changed. So let's think about our own habits, the things that we will do day in and day out without having to think, without having to force ourselves into doing. They're probably something very simple, right? Getting up from bed, go to work, brush your teeth, like driving at the same route to work or commute. And we get used to that, and we don't even have to think about how and when. Like, we just have everything set up. It's automated. So when we act or react or being triggered or angry in certain ways, they are also a habit. And it's changeable. It can be changed. If you think of like a habit, smoking is a habit. Being alcoholic is a habit that we use to numb ourselves. Like getting that dopamine hits, getting that satisfaction of smoking. Right? Having a cigarette, it's a habit. Okay, I used to smoke before, and now no more, right? Because it's a habit. It's replaceable. So when you replace your thoughts, your feelings, your own principle, or you practice being your higher self, you're actually accumulating habits, good habits, that you can be in control. You can be responsible of what you are doing. When you create that relationship within you, it becomes the new you. So you want to accumulate that good kind of relationship to yourself, mean by you are going to make a different decision from today, like how you react. But don't be discouraged if sometimes we snap out of that being a higher self, because it's an automation, like I say. You can snap out from time to time that you're not thinking right, you're not in your right mind. That's all right. Just need more practice. When it becomes a habit, you will do it instantly when you're facing problems, when things trigger you. So you can override that with time. With time, you practice how to control, how to have responsibility of your own feelings, but not being affected by the outside world. The more you be in control. So the more you be in control, you will be less triggered. Means happier life. Means that you take responsibility for yourself. You control your own emotion. You regulate your own emotion based on your own rational decision. Like the decision that is good for you. Like good for ourselves. Good for our well-being. That means we want to be less triggered. We want to be more responsible for our own emotion. Because no one is responsible for your emotion. To be honest, right? No one's owe us anything in this world. We just want to live our best life. Right? We just do our best in our daily life. Some people may start with their reaction with the outside world. Right? Their happiness is based on others, what others do to them. Are they good to me, or are the world good to me? Am I lucky or not lucky? Right? They look for things outside to satisfy their own or fulfill their own happiness within, which is not working, right? People don't always react what we think they're supposed to be. But what can we do? Right? We can't do anything. All we can do is to work on ourselves. And that's the whole point of this video. So today, I'm making this challenge. I hope you guys get in this challenge with me. And by the end of like a week or two, you'll feel different for yourself. You will feel more satisfied, more in control of your own emotion, which bring you a more relaxed life, a happier life, a stressless life. Like at least you feel less stress in your life because you have control. You know you decide your feelings. You're not affected by other people, right? They can't affect you if you don't let them, right? This is very powerful. Excuse me. If you don't give the power to that person or the outside world, right, they can't affect you, they can't make you sad, they can't make you angry. And the only reason they can affect us is we let them affect us. So I challenge you guys to do this. For the next few days or this week, try to get in control. Try to realize that when you get angry, when you feel that energy bust up, trying to control you, trying to detach yourself. Okay, I detach myself from my current situation. By detaching from yourself means that you are able to be that third person and looking at yourself. How am I feeling, acting? What should I decide now? So when you detach from the problem, you become the spectator, like looking at yourself. And amazingly, right, you will make different decisions. There's no need for you to try. You only need to try to detach from your situation. Or you can give in and get angry like you did before. But now you make different decisions. You become the spectator. You become the person that's looking down to yourself. And based on that spectator character, like you want to shape your own behavior. Like I want to feel better. I don't want to get triggered because they can't trigger if I don't like them. Right? And they can't trigger me. Okay? So when you do that, everything will just become better. Right? And also breathing is very, very important. Like breathing can detach you from your current mood. Like if you feel that emotion, try to breathe in deeply. Like you breathe deep into your stomach. And then you breathe out. You find that, okay, now I can do the things. Now I can become the spectator. And gain control of my mood, gain control of my emotion. All right, try that. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.